Sports presents.
You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
Welcome in, everybody. You know who it is. You know what it is. It's The Sizzle here, back on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. You know what it is. It's the hottest talk in the 219. So, without further ado, I got to tell you who's in the building. Jay Sizzle's in the building. What's going on, bro?
Sir, what's up, man? I'm feeling great, man. We got all the major sports playing all at the same time. I got Cheetos in one hand, Oreos in the other. I don't know how I'm going to eat these chicken wings, maybe with my toes. Let's get it figured out. Let's go, baby.
Oh, okay. So let's just go ahead. Let's get into it. We got to give the people what they want. So, and the people want the hot 5 and 5.
Yeah.
All right, so the hot 5 and 5, Jay, let's talk about it. Let's start off with the Chicago White Sox. Already won their division. They're ready. They're primed. They are rolling. So can the White Sox win the World Series?
Hey, look, you got Jose Abreu with 53 runs batted in. Tim Anderson doing 360 batting averages. Yes, sir. They can win it. They just got to keep hitting the baseball. If they keep hitting the baseball, we're going to bring a world championship back to the south side of Chicago.
Ooh, that's hot fire. That is hot fire. So number 2 on the hot 5 and 5 is the Cubs. They're right there too. They looked good early in the season. So Jay, let me ask you this. Will they be facing the White Sox in the World Series?
Hey, their magic number is 4. All they got to do is get hot. Their big sticks got to come and hit, and that pitcher staff got to hold it down. Hey, look, it's a short season. Anything could happen. Man, wouldn't that Subway season look great? That would be something fantastic.
Ooh, that would be not like in New York, that's the Subway series. So this would be the L series. The L on the L.
So how come?
Ooh,
the L, yeah. But they call it the Subway series. They never say the L series here in Chicago.
No, they haven't. They never said the L series.
It's always the Subway series.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Every time I hear Subway, I want a sandwich. So, okay, let's go to the hardwood and let's talk about it real quick. Jay, 3 on the hot 5 and 5 is, did the Lakers deal a death blow to the Nuggets by the last-second shot by Anthony Davis? Are the Nuggets done?
No, I don't think they're done. I think they're going to win the next ball game coming up. You see the Lakers still going to sleep, and I think after a while we're starting to see now. I don't know if King James is starting to wear down a little bit, but he was 2 for 9 on the back end of that game, and he went away sleeping somewhere. If it wasn't for AD hitting that fadeaway in the corner, the Lakers would have lost that ball game.
Number 4 on the hot 5 and 5 is, Jay, we're talking about the hardwood. Did the closed door meeting with the Celtics help them propel them back into the series with the Miami Heat?
No, it was Coach Stevens putting Marcus Smart on Goran Dragic. That's what happened. They had to slow him down because he's been heating them up left and right. You're going to see more of the same thing coming up. Dragic's going to have to get free or this series might be tied up real quick.
At number 5 on the hot 5 and 5, let's take it to the gridiron and let's ask this: sizzle or fizzle, Jay? Are the Bears better than you expected?
No, they're worse, but they're better than worse. They're just worsely better than, I don't know what they are. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what the Bears are. They played good for a minute. I'm happy, and all of a sudden they do something stupid. I don't know.
And that's the hot 5 and 5 here on Sizzle Talk. You know what? You're listening to the Sizzle, the talk of the 219.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it, Jay. Let's move into the Chicago Bears. Let's talk about what we've seen the last 2 weeks. We're in week 2, and now we're moving to week 3. But from Sunday afternoon's game,
Yeah.
were you impressed? Were you encouraged by what you saw from the Bears, or was it just something that's kind of an anomaly that we're looking at and seeing now?
I was impressed with some of the wide receivers getting open. I was really impressed with Allen Robinson going up and getting his football. But Darnell Mooney, that scramble drill that was going on, he ended up catching that ball in the end zone, fighting forward in front of the defender to go get the ball. That showed me that they're coming together. That really did.
Yeah.
Mitchell Trubisky played relatively well. Sometimes.
Are you serious? Wait.
Sometimes he played relatively well.
Look, that throw to Mooney was probably the worst NFL thrown ball of the Sunday
Not the
quarter.
worst.
It was the worst of no other quarterback would have thrown a wobbler like that. That was a Mooney special. In fact, the defender got mooned.
Wow.
You see what
Wow.
you see what I did there? He
Wow.
got mooned because he
Don't
was
don't
okay.
do that. Don't do that in public.
All right. Well, moving forward, I'm still not impressed with what I saw with the Bears. I saw a lot of luck and good fortune, but it always feels like there's a backup quarterback in the wings just waiting to pounce and get on the field. It just feels like at any point Mitch could do something, and then you're gonna have a new Bears quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't think he's on a real short leash. I don't think so. I think he's on a real long leash. I think he's got to do some implosion. I think we're going to have to see 2 games of an implosion before you're actually going to see him get the leash, get the hook. I just think right now he's playing well enough to put him in a position to win ball games. He stood in the pocket and delivered some footballs. Now, I will tell you that. He did stand tall and throw some balls into some tight windows. Allen Robinson went up 2 or 3 times. Pay the man his money, please.
You're right about that.
Yeah, play the man his money. He went up and got a couple of passes. Play that man. Montgomery looked pretty good running the football. So overall, I don't think it was a bad experience out there with the Bears. However, though, you just don't know what you're going to get with Mitchell. That's the biggest problem. And you don't know what you're going to get with this defense all the time.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing with me. I don't know, man. Okay, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm going to say it like Deion Sanders. Man, you got to pay that man. Pay that man his money because you just re-upped Tariq Cohen, which was weird to me. So you re-up Tariq. Does that free up some more money so you can re-sign Allen? How is that working when you free up Tariq and give him money, but you're still not paying? And you want to pay Allen what? You want to pay him like Cooper Kupp money. You want to give him like slot receiver money.
He wants he wants that $20 million a year money. The Bears want to give him $13-14 million a year. Now a lot of people say, $13-14 million. I think, but look, this guy's top 3, 4, or 5 wide receiver in the league right now. So he should get 3, 4, or 5 wide receiver money. They need to pay him. He showed that he deserves this money. Now, if you can't get him the football, whose fault is that? You know what I'm saying?
That's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. And then like with Tariq Cohen, he's your little gadget guy. He's your guy. If you use him right, he's a Gerald Sproles type of guy. But the Bears just haven't figured out and scheme how to get him loose on linebackers right now. They need to go and take a trip up to New England and figure out how to use Rex Welker, Burkhead, and all the rest of those little running backs out there to get free against them linebackers. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, it's something that they really need to look into moving forward, how to get him. But the one thing I did see, and I think we talked about this on the chat line, was that he still doesn't know what holes to hit. There's still times he's running up that A or B gap. And I know that's how the design of the play goes, but especially if you're trying to drag him out or you're trying to do that sweep, look, man, you got to commit to that sweep. You got to get around that edge. So you can't just stop there and like, oh, okay, I'm going to use this hole. I'm going to take it. No, you're not that kind of back. You saw what happened with David Montgomery. You can get flipped on top of your head going in the wrong hole. That's what I never thought about it that way. You can get flipped on top of your head going in the wrong hole.
What? Wait a minute. What?
Well, okay, David Montgomery, he got popped.
Keep cleaning it up.
Twisted upside down. Yeah, well, okay, you went in the wrong hole and then you fell on top of your head.
Oh my God. Okay, all right, yeah, you go in the hole and fall on top of your head. Okay, you just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
When you don't take the right angle, you don't take. Now, okay, you've talked about my man this whole time. So, are you concerned? Or no, not even concerned. Are you going to give Cordell Patterson his props for being a super utility receiver running back?
I don't know. I mean, I like Cordell Patterson. I do. I just don't want him running the ball. I just don't want him running the ball. Put him in the slot. Let him body up against. He's fast. Is he the fastest guy on the team right now?
Might be.
He's close to it.
I think he's faster than Tariq. I really do.
I don't think he's faster than Tariq.
I think he's faster than Tariq. Straight line, open speed. I think he is.
But he can straight out fly, man. I would love to sit him in the slot, let him go one-on-one on a linebacker and lose him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to see him. Let him be a slot receiver. So he's big. You can put him in there. You can put him in the small tight end spot. Can you imagine? Can you
crossing
imagine
pattern?
Yeah, stuff like that where a linebacker has to chase him across. You know, you're forcing teams to play that nickel all the time if he's in there.
I didn't realize how large your man Komet is. He's huge.
He's massive.
He looks like a lineman.
Yeah, he's a massive guy. He's a massive guy with good hands. Look, they got some stuff on his team right now. The biggest thing they need to do is get somebody to throw somebody the football. That's what they need to do. We saw a little bit of that this week. We saw a little bit of I'm a Trubisky basher, but we did see a little bit this week that Trubisky was getting the football where it needed to go, and hopefully he'll be better next week. Look, I want Mitchell Trubisky to be good. I just don't think he's going to be, but I want him to be. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens.
Let me ask you this question real quick. When you look at Mitch, do you think he's a backup quarterback playing a starting quarterback role?
I think he's a guy who does not have enough time to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. He hasn't played enough snaps. He hasn't run a pro-style offense. Here's the biggest problem with Mitchell Trubisky. He didn't want to be picked number 2 overall, but he was. And so since you're picked number 2 overall, you decided to play like number 2 overall. Other quarterbacks below him, they got picked below him, did better than he did. He looked like a deer in headlights. He still looks like a little bit of a deer in headlights. A little bit of a deer in headlights. But now he looks like at least he can read 1 to 2. And if he can continue to do that, maybe he could be successful. But the biggest thing that has to happen right now is that Matt Nagy has to scheme him in the right position so that he can be successful. That's the most important thing that's got to go on right now.
So I'm looking at the game yesterday, and it was funny when they brought in the fullback. You kind of knew it was going to be a swing pass somehow, and it was disastrous. Because right now, without David Montgomery, you're really thin at that running back position. But I saw a dumbed down offense. You tell me if I saw that wrong. In watching the game, I saw a really vanilla, basic offense where you were doing. And shout out to G Sizzle. That's me.
Yeah.
I called the wishbone, the T.
I did.
Called a lot of the formations that you should be running when you got Mitch. And yeah, they were running out the T. They were running out the I. They were running out of a modified wing. So you tell me, did you see a simplistic offense or did you see a more advanced offense when we looked at the Bears yesterday?
We went back to the days of Red Grange with that single wing T coming around there. That's when Mitchell was doing those exact runs coming around the side. So the whole thing about it is that you saw a dumbed down offense. I'm going to tell you what you really need to do. You need to just keep rolling Mitch out to one side of the field. That's what you need to do. And let him, because he's good on the run. He throws the football really well on the run, and he's fast. Mitchell's way faster than people think he is. So get him out on the edge, make him run, make him make a quick decision or tuck it and get downfield. I think, but he's not a guy who's going to sit back and pat the football and throw the football around. He's just not that guy.
Okay, let's talk about quickly the 2 interceptions he threw. Both of them, to me, look bad. They look like ill-advised throws. They look like one was underthrown, and one it was a nightmare. You saw it coming. And maybe I'm getting confused too with that thrown interception in the Seahawks and Panthers game. But I digress. Let me say this. When I look, should a back ever be able to take the ball away from a wide receiver on the sideline for an interception?
That was a great play. Absolutely great play. If you watch that play, he played up through his hands. He never saw the ball. Robinson should have caught that football. 80%, 90% chance he's going to come down with that ball. That was just great defensive play. He played up through his hands. He saw the ball, reached up in there and ripped it down, and then fell down with the ball inside the field. great reaction. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
these guys are some of the best athletes in the world, and every once in a while they play like one of the best athletes in the world. And that's just one of the great plays we've ever done. That's why that guy is an NFL defensive back.
Hmm. Okay, so we'll go along with that, and we'll ride with this whole thing about it being great. Let's talk about the defense quickly. What did you see from the defense? Was it encouraging? Was it the defense sizzle, or were they fizzle?
Robert Quinn, Robert Quinn, Robert Quinn. That's why he looks better than that other 94 out there. That other 94, that Leonard Floyd guy, he looked better than him. You know what I'm saying? He was getting off the football when he needed to get off the football. He was getting after the quarterback. That made a big. Now all of a sudden you heard Khalil Mack's name being called. You know,
Right.
you know.
He started to terrorize in that backfield. You started to see those linemen were peeking like, oh, where is he? Oh my God, he's behind me. Oh my God, he's doing things today.
Right. And I think he played like 26 total snaps. That's what you need out that guy. Coming upfield, 26 total snaps. Play good. You need to hear his name being called. If you hear his name being called, the Bears are playing well. They were getting pressure up front. We saw Fuller get a pick. So, overall, man, if he, like I said, 2 weeks ago, if Robert Quinn gets going, so does this defense get going.
Yeah. Well, I saw that. And you saw the reemergence of my man, your man, Akeem Hicks. He was coming in. Now, they were at the second half. They were holding him up. Now, that line was holding stout. In fact, the way they were able to move the ball down the field on 2 drives in the second half, that team was really putting in some work. But let me ask you this question. What you saw from that defense, have they taken a step forward from where they were last season, or are they still kind of in that mode of where they were last season?
No, they're not there yet. They're not there yet because you haven't seen them really be dominant yet. Mm-hmm. And these are not really good teams they're playing against. Let's first put that out there. Do you think the best are the best out there? I'm waiting to see what's going to happen when they get with a team with a really good offense that can control the football, that can move the ball around, throw the ball around the field a little bit. They're not going to see that next week, but we're waiting to see what's going to happen.
Wait, the Falcons are a devastating team. Calvin really is a man among boys.
Yeah.
And then you got Matty Ice, who's still icy like a icicle, like a pop, a frozen. It's frozen, and you get it out the container.
Wow.
And then when you push it out, okay. It's like
hey,
Matty Ice.
You know
right?
what was really good, man? Remember those orange sickle pops you used to push them up, the push-ups? That's what they're called?
Pops, they were so amazing.
Those are fantastic, man. Those are fantastic.
Oh, they were so amazing. We had such a wonderful childhood.
We did.
I don't know about these kids, but that push-up pop thing, that was the highlight of your day. That was what you worked hard for.
After school, man, like if you had like 22 cents left, you can go to the penny candy store around there and you get the little brown bag, and you can get and you can get like five lemon cookies, 4 now and laters, a handful of Boston baked beans, and what do you call them? Not a Skittle. Oh man, it was like
the lemon heads.
Yeah, like the taffy that gets stuck in your mouth.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And a liquid whip, and you get all that in that little brown paper bag, man. That was one of the greatest walks home ever.
Did you ever want, like, as your side hustle? Did you ever want to be the candy store man? Did you ever just want to be the one who was out there hustling that candy?
I was always wondering, like, how do you get a license to be the candy store man and had a candy store in your house? In the garage. In the garage. And all the kids just coming over the house buying candy. That would never happen today.
And man, can you remember the pickles that they had on the counter? They had the pickles, and you had that. And then there were some of the candy stores, the high-end candy stores, they even made like grilled cheese sandwiches, and you could go in there, get the little pizza puffs, and
we had this store right across the street from the school, man, my high school. And they would send, remember those a brown paper bag of fries for $1. and you can get you fries for $1, man, and you hit a bag of fries for $1, man, and they would give you a little plastic fork, and you can shoot some ketchup in there. You walking down the street with a brown bag full of fries. Hot fries with a greasy bag. Life was good back in those days, man.
I have to mad shout out to Creme Brulee because she was the one who put me on the walking taco.
Yeah.
I didn't know what a walking taco was. I mean, I didn't know it had a name.
I'm a fan.
I had it, but I didn't know what it was. Oh man, amazing.
When my son was playing with the Griffith Panthers over there, I used to, at first I didn't know. I saw all the people walking by with Dorito bags, and I'm like, going, well, why does everyone have a Dorito bag with a fork sticking out of it? That didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, then all of a sudden, lady sat next to me, and I peeked over into her bag, was like, oh. I saw a jalapeno in there. I saw some cheese or the cheese sauce, and I saw some taco meat. And I was like, where you get that from? She goes, over there. They're called walking tacos. The big fella starts sashaying down from about 6 rows up in the stands and starts sashaying around. You know what? It was amazing to me. Why does this concession stand have to be all the way on the other side?
Of the side, yeah.
Yeah, always. Yeah. It never is on your side. It's always on the other side, and then you got to get over there, and then the moms are looking at you like, how many of these you want? And how can you just get one walking taco? That just made no sense.
No, you couldn't. And then there were children, and then it would always be somebody who knew you.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, and they'd be like, oh, I'm gonna get me. They'd be like, Mr. Sizzle, can you get me a pop and a walking taco?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you get pimped out. Get pimped right out. And you're like, yeah, okay, here. Next thing you know, you done spent $15 at the stand with four other kids that ain't yours.
So we got a slate of games in yesterday. We got a full slate of games. We're still on the gridiron. We're still in the playbook. But was there one game that stood out to you yesterday, Jay, that was really special for you?
Man, I'm going to tell you, that Chiefs-Chargers game, man. That Chiefs-Chargers game, boy, I'm going to tell you what, I have not yet. That was the first time I ever saw the Chiefs look pedestrian like that. First time I ever saw that. Mahomes looked like he didn't look rattled. I'm not going to say he looked rattled. But that was the first time I saw him absolutely flustered. And the Chiefs were getting it handed to him. The problem was they were getting it handed to him, but the scoreboard didn't reflect it. They need to be a couple of more touchdowns ahead. The Chargers never got the head, and then once the Chiefs start getting going and the Cheetahs start getting loose, there was nothing they could do. Mahomes won that game with his legs. It was great. But hey, Abreu played really good football. For a young fella didn't even know 30 seconds before the game was supposed to start, he found out he was starting at QB.
Well, that's funny. I tweeted out, and we tweeted that I felt really bad for Tyrod Taylor because he's worked hard, but after seeing the rookie come in, bro, it might be a wrap. Yeah. I mean, you might be the backup QB. You might want to ask for a trade now.
Yeah, this could be a Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady type situation went on right here because that kid looked good. And had it not been for that pick he threw down the line, and if they would have went for that 4th and 1 on their own 34 and went to ice the game right there, they could have had a chance to go down for the winning kick. And I just don't know why they punted. I don't understand why they did that. But they had a chance to win that ball game. And that was the first time I saw Patrick Mahomes and his $500 million not look golden.
Yeah, Justin Herbert looked really good. He's a lot faster. He's big and fast. I didn't realize.
Big. Yeah, he's very big. Yeah, he's super huge.
Yeah, he is. And so he had command of the whole thing. But my game had to be the 1-2 step bowl with Russell Wilson and Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Like that was hot. That was a good game to watch, to see. And I have to tip my hat to you, Mr. Wilson. You say you're the best QB in the league.
Best QB in the league right there.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue with you. But let me say this to fantasy owners. If you didn't pick up Cam, who was available sometimes into the 14th, 15th round.
It's too late.
You didn't get Cam. Bye-bye, boo-boo.
It's too late. He gone.
Him gone bye-bye.
Him gone bye-bye.
Him gone bye-bye. I'll tell you how bye-bye he went. Look, he was the backup quarterback for most of my teams. I had to flip it. Even when I saw that I had Deshaun Watson, I was like, I'm not putting Deshaun Watson on this, not against the Ravens.
Yeah.
And I got no. So I had to flip it. And thank you, Cam. You've done me well. I'm so happy. So let's talk about it real quick before we get ready to go. The Monday night game. We're going to talk about it tomorrow on the show. We're going to talk about the Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders. I have to keep saying it that way because I haven't gotten used to it. But is this a game that you're looking forward to at all, Jay Sizzle?
Just to hear the Monday night theme song. That's about it. The only reason why I'm going to watch it. You know,
Yeah,
is it still, is Shania Twain? Who's that still singing that? Jewel?
I don't know. Because I don't know who's singing the Sunday night one. I just saw her there. I don't know who's singing the song. I don't know.
Are we still singing Lift Every Voice and Sing? Are we still doing that too?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I haven't seen it. I know they're supposed to be singing, but I don't think they televised it yet.
You know what would be really cool for like Monday night if you did like a virtual Whitney Houston.
Wow. Which Whitney?
Ooh.
Pre Bobby or post Bobby?
Oh, you almost got me, dog. You almost got me. Listen, let me tell you something. If you're not following the Sizzle on social media, number one, shame on you. But if you are, then you're getting our new updates, our new shows. You're getting all the quality information daily. So listen, man, we're going to get ready to get out of here so we can watch these games and tell you what's going on. But before we leave, we always have to leave you with something hot. Jay, leave the people with something sizzling.
Man, look, let me tell you something. If you're ever up at 1 o'clock in the morning and you should have went to bed at 10, don't stay up till 3. It's bad. Go to bed. You're too old to be up that late. You ain't 20 years old no more.
Those are words to live by. Seriously, those are words to live by. So, hey, you know who it is. You know, for J Sizzle, for G Sizzle, we are the Sizzle Brothers. We are the Sizzle, the hottest talk in the 219, and we will see you on the other side.